What's the word? Tiger!
If I quit your realm, I still rap Mercedes. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest.
Welcome into Skyhawk Sports Talk. Davis Gregory with my co-host Chris Brinkley here as we get ready for a Thanksgiving edition of Skyhawk Sports Talk. You may ask what is special about the Thanksgiving edition. It just happens during Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's
week.
right.
That's all.
We're not having turkey.
That's all we got. No, that's all I got.
No cranberry sauce.
Nah, that's overrated, by the way.
All right.
No cranberry sauce. But anywho, no, this week at Skyhawk Athletics, not a lot going on. Got men's basketball will be Tuesday versus Brescia at 6 p.m. on ESPN+. And then women's basketball on Sunday versus Oakwood at 2 p.m. And then, of course, Thursday, Thanksgiving.
That's right.
A lot of turkey trots going on. Chris, would you ever do a turkey trot?
Yeah, of course I would.
You would trot?
Yes.
Do turkeys trot, though?
Sometimes.
A little bit?
If they're trotters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The Globes trot. They're the Globe Trotters, and they're coming to the Elam Center.
Yes, they are.
Yeah,
so
great
maybe turkeys
segue.
Turkeys do trot. All
Yeah.
right. Well, we will end our. I don't even know what to call that. We're just.
We didn't have a lot of games this week because
No,
it's
we
a
didn't.
holiday,
Right.
so we're just killing time. But let's just get to a podcast.
Let's
We're going to end it whenever we want to.
Exactly. Let's just go ahead and get right to it. Keep it right here, Skyhawk Sports Talk. We've got a great show planned. Keep it right here at the Woodfire Pizza Kitchen and Level Up Arcade Bar.
If I quit this season, I still be the greatest.
Skyhawk Sports Talk Podcast is brought to you by Weekly Ford Nissan.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Skyhawk Sports Talk. Davis Gregory with Chris Brinkley. Now joining us, head coach of the UT Martin football team, Jason Simpson, as the Skyhawks just wrapped up their season this past weekend in Cookeville with a valiant effort against number 6 Tennessee Tech. Finished the season 6-2 in conference play. Coach, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, I wish we were practicing today, but I met with the team today, and I just kind of reiterated what I said in the locker room, and the seniors wasn't in there, so that was weird. Told them go and take their Thanksgiving off, but the returning players were in there, and I said, guys, they'll never be. We're too much of an established program to ever say, celebrate just how we played, right? Because somebody's got to win and lose, but okay, there's a lesson to be learned, and there was some joy. I told him, I said, I'm as miserable as we all were the first month of the season. I enjoyed the last month of the season maybe 3 times as much as I was miserable the first month. And I mean that seriously, and that was a credit to the coaches and credit to those players. And the next thing was this: the vision that we created for the players of what we needed to do to play our best against a quality opponent on the road in a good environment. They did it. They created. We held the ball 34 minutes. We got off to a lead. 10-0 lead. They couldn't. They popped the first run on us. We were out of gap. Besides that, right, they couldn't run the football. Just hit a lot of good things in the game. We were, but we needed a turnover, or we needed to pop a run ourselves, and just couldn't get it. And so hats off to Tennessee Tech. Congratulations to them. I don't know, what have I coached more than 200-something games here at UT Martin? Can't remember them all. All right, but. I appreciated those kids' efforts and what they put into that game.
And, Coach, I look at it just kind of thinking about it after the game was over. Recency bias is a thing, but for me, I truly think that was one of my favorite teams that I've ever been able to watch because coming to practice even before the year started, but then throughout the year and then talking, it's just a joy to be in the building. There was something special about this group and your staff.
It was good, it was Josiah led, Tingley led, and we appreciate him and his leadership. Jace Bauer led. What I mean by that is, like, yesterday was our all conference voting, from the head coaches. And, you sit there and you go through the list and guys are nominated and stuff. And as you know, there's not a lot of stars on this team statistically. You take Keyshawn out of the mix, with all the sacks and tackles for loss. You got like Shamari, good player. But there's a lot of guys that was their first year on that setting, on that scene, right? And when you finish in the top 15 or so in tackles, if you're preseason all conference the year before and you do that, right, then, okay, you probably get the votes from the coaches and stuff. And I guess the older I get, the ornery I get, and I'm seeing all these guys nominated from some of these other teams, like 5 offensive linemen, and 4 defensive linemen, and so comments I made were, okay, our defense was what, number 2 in the league in total defense, right? And these other teams nominated 4 and 5 guys. That's same way. If you could take our conference stats offensively, the other night was kind of our one of our worst games in the 8 conference games. Okay, but some other teams that I said, guys, as I was backing up our guys, or promoting our guys, said, our team won 6 games, in the league, finished second. We don't like that, but somebody that wins 2 and 3 games, how do y'all have 10 guys nominated for all conference? I'm not voting for you. Okay, so you can't vote for your guys. I guess I had to throw my vote somewhere, but it wasn't going. So I just take take those all conference things seriously. I wanted to represent our conference well, but nominate the guys that really stood out. And normally the good teams are the ones that gets the most players, and so. Anyway, I'm kind of went off on a tangent there.
No. Listen, that's what we do.
That's what sports talk's all about.
It is
frustrating. But what's frustrating for you is that your guys. You know what they put into it, and it was beyond their athletic ability. It was their heart and their ability to do what you did at the end of the season.
No, it was. Like I said, this, and I reminded these guys this. It was a somber locker room. Yeah, absolutely. But 3 of these last 4 conference championships that we've had, because the one year, remember, we only played 5 games because of the weird schedule, and that team went 5-0 in conference and didn't play SEMO. But the rest of them didn't win any more than 6 games. They were all, I think we were 6-1, 5-0, 6-2, 6-2, and it got them rings, and so. I hated that for this team, right? Because Tech had such a great year, and they got undefeated, and we had our chance to beat them head to head. But this team turned themselves into, quality in the conference. 3 FBS losses on there, so real proud of them. And it's hard to do. If those losses are sprinkled throughout the season, you don't feel them as much. Yeah. Okay, but when they're all there at the beginning, these kids really had to be mature about it and just set it aside and say, okay, we're concentrating on these 8 games. FCS-wise, I guess they went 6-3 FCS of the 9, FCS opponents that they played, with 2 of them being ranked, right? Southern Illinois and Tennessee Tech. Lindenwood's the one I'm disappointed in, that I felt like that, that was a game we should have won. But to give them credit, they did a good job there up at their play. So, anyway, a lot of good leadership was shown. A lot of good football was played, certainly in the last 2 months of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I think, too, about this year and coming off that Lindenwood loss, your seniors had to step up and, I mean, continue to keep everybody grounded, keep everybody focused in on having faith. And guys like Shamari and then Josiah, Mitchell Appleton, Toby Camp. I think about all these guys. How are they able to keep everybody grounded and then say, hey, we just got to keep the faith. We just got to keep going and keep trusting our coaches and what they're saying.
I think it was a combination of some things. One, not putting words in Shamari's mouth. He'll speak for himself. But I think for Shamari, it's his first time being a starter. All right, so he's taken 12 games. This is what I get. Yeah. I'm not going to, I'm not going to hang my head, man. I only got X amount of games left in my senior season. So no matter how the first one started, right, he's still playing, enjoying. It was all new experiences for him, being a guy that the team depended on to make plays on Saturday. But then you had guys like, Josiah and Bowser who had done it before, right? And they could have said, oh, man, we've had 4 great years. This 5th year is not going to be as good. But to their credit, right, and maybe it was some, seeing Shamari, have been bright-eyed, bushy-tailed every day, right? And this is first time to play against SEMO as a starter or whoever. Maybe that, kind of gave them a new lease on life, right? Because sometimes, right, when you got a all-returning team of starters, when things don't go like you planned early in the year, right, it's hard, just kind of, woe is me type mentality can set in. But, new starters like Shamari and Big Hamp at the left tackle and Tommy at the running back and Jace at the quarterback. I mean, there was enough fresh blood to, nobody wanted to be the team that hadn't done it. And these guys, it was the first time in a lot of their careers that they had been starters. So that will kind of be the mix going forward, right? It'll always be like that. So anyway, like I said, a lot of neat things, and I think kids learned a lot about themselves. And I think it was one of our a good coaching job by our staff to get to this point.
Yeah. With all the maturity, speaking of that, with the players, any future coaches on this team, usually at least one of your teams, somebody goes on to coach a player.
I visited with Toby Camp this morning.
Okay.
And he was wanting to, how can I,
What do you tell a guy who's a senior and then that says, should I coach? What do you tell him?
It's, what level do you want to coach at? What are your aspirations? Some of the best coaches, going all the way back to Alex Atkins, are guys who wanted to do other things. And I say, hey, I kind of see this about you. Would you consider trying it? But then I got guys like that have been on our staff, like Cliff and Julius McNair, and they already had in their mind that they wanted to do it. But it still takes you got to be wired the right way. And what I mean by that is there's no glory early. I told Toby, I said, as a player, I had to make sure where you lived and that you're taken care of and everything was ready to go when you got here. I'll get back to you here in a couple of days, as we try to work out this GA different things, because right now the players are more important and the incoming players are more important than getting this situated. And he started laughing because he knew exactly what I was talking about. And you go from here to now you're down here and you're in a support role. Mm-hmm. And the players, always come first. So that was an interesting conversation. He was great about it. But no, it's rewarding to have those different ones every year. And when you find the right guy that's willing to, your office, there's like 6 of you in that one office back there.
Yeah.
You're going to be in the weight room every day that it's opened, right? You got to find the right guy that's kind of wired like that, that's okay with not making a salary. Mm-hmm. That understands you got to have a job to get a job. And it's just kind of like going to med school to a certain extent. You got to just kind of pay your dues until opportunities come. Not everybody's wired like that. Well, did I get a 401k? No.
No. You're doing this for the love of the game.
Love of the game, man.
But there were times in your career early, you weren't sure, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did that too, and I left and went and took a high school job.
Yeah.
Because you're living in the dorm and you didn't. See, you don't. Chris does his homework. You haven't done your homework.
I didn't know that you went to high school.
Look at that. I was a head high school baseball coach in
Were you really?
1995 at Collins High School.
Where was this at?
In Collins High School in Mississippi,
right
outside of Hattiesburg. And I enjoyed it. And then went into not private business, but BFI. Garbage. I was a garbage man for about 6 months, and then was fortunate enough to get back into coaching at Jacksonville State when I realized, when you get to where you're not really thinking about the money and you just the dorm sounds good to go back and live in because you're getting to coach, then that's what you're called to do.
Yeah.
I did not know any of
that.
But
Coach, those high school dudes, they work. Now, they teach during the day. They're teaching math, and then they're coaching.
No, that's what I tell our players. I said, if the ones that we hire as GAs, if you stay here with us a year or two, okay, you're really getting a ground level into the X's and O's of it. Because if you don't, here's what's going to happen. You know a little bit right now as a player, okay? You know some. But when you take that quality, that high school job, right? You're teaching classes from 8 to 2 every day, and then you go to the field house and you got to do the equipment, or maybe you're the strength coach. And then after practice, you're taking kids home, whatever the head coach has got you doing. In time you get home and grade papers, right? Where's the time really to watch tape? The head coach may be watching the tape, right? But you really don't have time to do that. So it's hard to grow yourself, your knowledge as quickly as you can when, we watch, 4 or 5 hours of tape a day in the fall and the spring as we're, making sure our eggs is,
Yeah.
it's like doing research as a professor, even though it doesn't matter as much as some of the research that's done.
But the other half of that is the psychology part of it. It's motivating. It's getting the most out of young people.
Well, and that's a separate thing because you really, until you get your own room, you really don't get to do that. Because you're watching other coaches do it and you're seeing bad attitudes, good attitudes, motivated attitudes and stuff. Mm-hmm. And you may have, when you're a GA like that, you may have some one-on-one conversations with some guys, kind of do it in the from the rear and stuff. But, a lot of times, I've had different guys come to me where their head coaches like kicked them out of the nest and said, you need to go and get your own room and then I'll hire you back. Because you can only be in that analyst and support staff so long, but you're never going to get a promotion until you, like you was talking about, can you capture the mind and hearts of the kids in your room?
Yeah.
And and get the best out of them, motivation and there's a skill set to that. Class checks. How are they living athletically, academically, socially, spiritually, and you get them to perform in practice and perform, on Saturdays, and then on Saturday nights, what are they doing? On Sundays, what are they doing? Then you got to start it all over again. And some guys are really, really good at it, and I've been blessed to have a lot here like that.
And your staff did a fantastic job
this
season.
I appreciate Jerry Partridge, as our defensive coordinator. I was telling him this morning, and even though he's been here with it a couple of years, and he's been a head coach, I told him today I loved how, his competitive fire and nature on the sideline during the game the other day, and I really noticed it the last couple of weeks because sometimes being a head coach can allow you to be a great assistant coach because you gather all those things all those years and you know where the line is, where you need to cross and when you don't need to cross as an assistant coach because he's been a head coach and a successful head coach. But I told him, today, just reminded him, hey, I love the fact, the ownership that you took in our defense. Don't stop that. Keep going with that. It doesn't hurt my ego. I hired you to take it and run with that and give that defense personality. And he was competing and I just thought we worked really well together, especially late in the year. As we were holding the ball on offense and being stingy, scoring defense, and playing really good on special teams. It was a good formula for us.
Yeah, and I know that it is still early here, but entering the off season now and the recruitment transfer portal, that's going to start opening up, and going to have to get right back to it with get these guys in the building.
I told the staff this morning, Sunday I came in and watched the tape, and it was kind of weird, right, that afternoon, going home, and after a couple hours of flipping through some NFL games, right, you're like, okay, this is how most people live, right, on Sunday afternoons. All right, after a couple hours, that was enough, and your mind starts thinking, okay, it's 2026 season. It takes a whole year, and now it's a sprint until probably January the 10th, to put this team back together. And had a team meeting today, who's going in the portal, even though they've got all the way until it doesn't really officially open until January the 2nd.
Yeah.
You can pull up my phone right now, and, I guess, my phone starts seeing what I'm following, right? And so there's just guys after guys after guys. There's probably 1,500 kids in the Division II, Division III NAIA portal. So you're pouring through all those. We just brought 12 official visits in last week from junior colleges. Got one today, 3 tomorrow. It's Thanksgiving week, guys.
Yeah.
And bringing these guys in. We'll have that much next week, and then high school and junior college signing days December the 3rd. All right. Then it kind of quiets down a little bit, and then January 2nd, what's there going to be? 3,000. 3,000 Division I, FBS, FCS players in there. We start school January the 8th. Probably got about 22 spots to fill, unless somebody else that gets in the portal, then could go up to 25, could go up to 30.
Wow.
So, no, it's a tough grind.
What's the portal? Is there an unspoken rule or portal etiquette for your players? Do you want them to talk to you?
All I tell them is,
what do you tell them?
Come see me. I make them visit with their position coaches first, so I kind of get some heads up on some things. And then, hey, before you do it, come see me. Mm-hmm. All right, come see me. I'll give you my 2 cents worth. All right, and some are playing time, right? They want to go, how do I see it? Sometimes I got to be honest, and or you always try to be that. Okay, selfishly, I'd love to have you back, but we're going to bring 2 more guys in at your position for competitive depth. If you're going in to be a senior, I think I had that talk with Shamari, last year. We want you back, but I want you to know this is what you're dealing with. If that doesn't interest you, I get it. I understand. Okay. And some say no, and it's really not a challenge. I just want them to know, because that stinks, man, if they don't know how many guys you're bringing in, at that spot. And, they're doing the math, and they see that if we're bringing X amount, right, then you don't have me penciled in as a starter. And that's, you're right. I don't. Now, you may win the job, okay, but no, we don't have you penciled in at this point. So those are hard, but you try to be as straightforward as you can. And, then there's other guys that, we do see you as this. Now, we're bringing in a high school guy and then another guy, but, we've got a lot of confidence in what we saw from you this year. So it's A to Z as you try to go through everything with guys. And I'm sure I'll have some more that leak back to try to see me tomorrow before they go home for Thanksgiving. Yeah,
Coach, you got your family here, so last one for you. You get some time with them this Thanksgiving week. I know Mom was talking. She's like, oh, well, when are you coming home? I'm like, well, I hope I'm only leaving, after dinner so I can come back, and then we're going to a playoff game. But this is still a good time to be able to spend with family. So as you all, get together, this is going to be good for everyone to kind of take a breather and chill for a second.
I guess our plans would be, Thursday we'll be around here because Graham will have practice, for Westview. They got a big game Friday night here. I guess we'll get up early Saturday morning and drive to Tuscaloosa. I think we're going on the Bama parent bus down to Auburn. We did that a couple years ago when they went down there, and at least I don't have to drive it.
Yeah,
but you got to drive all the way to Tuscaloosa, to catch it, and then I don't know what Sunday. But then you got to be back to work on Monday. So, no, I'm looking forward to spend some time, with the family. I guess we'll be in the car a lot. But
who drives? Do you drive?
Yeah, most of the time. But Emma's supposed to help, but somehow she ends up asleep most of the time. And but Julie helps too. But no, it'd be fun to watch. Get a chance to watch Ty play. Last year we were in New Hampshire.
Awesome.
We were in New Hampshire, and then of course, we got to go to Montana State after that. So, like I told the players, I expect to be back in the playoffs next year. All right, I want to be together on Thanksgiving practicing. So, you guys take a couple weeks off, get your mind, relax a little bit, because it's a grind. I mean, think about it, guys. These guys have been June, July, August, September, October. I mean, it's 6 months. Yeah. And really in the spring, it's really February, March, April, right? I mean, really May is only like downtime that they get, and and then these couple weeks here in December before they come back in January. So it's a grind. So they'll take some time off, and then we'll be back in the weight room in January.
Yeah, you need to hone your pickleball skills now. Hey, Alex had a good idea. We've got the kids' basketball game coming up. What happens if we played at halftime of the kids' game? We would get the kids fired up at halftime of the kids' game.
I don't know. It would either discredit me, which would be concerning, right? Or I'm afraid we'd lose viewership if they saw you swing the paddle and it didn't look right. I'm afraid nobody would listen. So I don't know if it's a win-win. I got to think about it.
He said that the other day. I was like, I've got to tell him, because I think that might. And we could get some new Skyhawk fans.
Well, I think I tell you what we'll do when it warms up. All right, in the spring, we go back out there. Okay, I probably, we'll go out there and hit a little bit.
Okay,
all right. And Chris, I'll just tell you, if I don't see some athleticism, then there will be, it'll be like blood in the water, and we may have the whole town over there. The next week.
So we're doing a practice game.
Yeah, it's practice.
It's a scrimmage.
You got to give me that.
It's a scrimmage before the actual game.
It's a scrimmage
in
before
other
that.
words, he's got a scout.
Yeah, I got to scout it. I always need to know what my odds are.
Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to be over there. Hey, Joe, let's go play pickleball. Or Jody, let's go play pickleball. And I'm going to look up there. I'm going to see his truck and go, hey, whoa. Now,
I don't
You're gonna
know.
be filming.
I don't know if
Spygate.
Josiah will admit this now, but he told me, he's like, "You'll be fine, coach." Not to hurt your feelings or anything, okay?
What?
So I'm just telling. I don't know what he's telling you, but that's what he told me. But
Okay.
maybe. Maybe he was setting me up. He could have been.
Maybe
He could
he
have been.
was.
Don't get upset.
Okay, all right.
Don't
I'll
get
keep,
upset.
I'll keep it down. I'll keep it down low.
I think I see a little tear.
Okay, hey, you've come after practices. You've come before practices. Obviously, thank you so much for
Thanks,
your
man.
time throughout the
Appreciate you
year.
guys.
Appreciate all your work throughout the year, and
Thank you.
We'll be looking forward to a Thanksgiving practice next year. How about that?
Now, let's make a plan on it. That's what we need to be doing. We'll work all these hours and all these days to get that. That's a milestone as a coach. When you're getting to practice, I saw Westview out there tonight. They were in the stadium, getting ready, and they'll have practice on Thursday. I'm jealous, so I want to get our team back out there.
All right, Coach. Thanks so much for your
guys.
time as always.
If I quit this season, I still be the greatest.
Skyhawk Sports Talk Podcast is brought to you by Weekly Ford Nissan.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Skyhawk Sports Talk here at the Level Up Arcade Bar and Woodfire Pizza Kitchen. Davis Gregory with Chris Brinkley, now joining us from the UT Martin football team. Shamari Weir, sixth-year player for the Skyhawks, a graduate from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and went to Coconut Creek High School.
Yeah.
It was Coconut Creek, I know, back in the NCAA football video games, and maybe even now they have the high schools that you can pick from. Was Coconut Creek in the game?
I'm not sure.
Did you create your own player?
Oh,
in
nah,
Road to Glory?
Oh, I did. Man, I did, but no, I don't really play video games like that.
Okay, all right. I was
Because
about
he
to say-
plays for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, he actually plays.
When you
the
really
game.
play, you don't have to play video games.
Yeah, I
No.
don't really play video games.
Well, our fellow member of the alma mater, graduate from
Yeah.
UT Martin. What did you graduate with? Your major?
I got an interdisciplinary studies degree.
Okay.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, and then
Appreciate you
in
guys.
this 6th year, what were you working on for a graduate degree?
I was in the master's program in the spring, but I had to discontinue it. But I plan to go ahead and finish that. I plan to finish my master's.
There you go.
But I was just in post-bac classes this last semester. I was really locked in with this season.
Yeah.
Like, this season meant a lot to me. Like,
It did.
a lot.
Well, it showed. It certainly
it
did.
really did.
Congratulations on an extremely successful year.
I appreciate that.
And-
I appreciate that.
And that's the thing, what Chris said. I mean, this has been a year where truly, you can tell, Chris asked our women's basketball coach this one time, Coach McMillan, about, when can you see that players are playing hard and you'll know it?
Yeah.
And it felt like with you all, and you too during games, y'all were playing for UT Martin. Y'all were playing for each other. You're playing for your coaches. And let's get into that. I mean, for you to start this year after being in Martin, Tennessee, you played in the spring COVID season
Man.
here, which feels like, forever ago.
Yeah,
but
facts.
you played in that season. I mean, and then to now start here in this year and have the success that you had. What was this experience like?
Man, it was fun. It was fun. That's all I can say. It was fun. Like, I kind of felt like I was missing out a little bit. Well, I did feel like I was part of all the conference championships. I was playing special teams, and it's real family oriented around here. So I still felt I felt very appreciated even when I was on special teams. But going out there playing all them defensive snaps, man, it's like no other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, it was fun. It was fun.
There's a different feeling to that.
Way
being able
different feeling.
being
Like,
able to
way
go
different feeling.
play on defense. I think back to probably your breakout game, SEMO. Felt like every single game it was there's Shamari, there's Shamari, there's Shamari. When you were in that game and you started to pop off, and you're getting into that flow state, it probably had to feel like, oh my gosh, like this is what it's about. This is what I've been waiting on.
Facts, like exactly. Like I invested so much time into this, and I gotta give a shout out to my guys, the linebackers before me. Like those guys taught me the way. Like I knew exactly how I was supposed to sound, exactly how I was supposed to feel, because like me and those guys spent a lot of time together, and we did all the same things, like all the workouts, all the sprints, the conditioning, the ready for readies at 6 a.m. Like I did a lot of the same thing that those guys did, so I had no doubt in my mind that I can do the same thing that they did on Saturdays as well.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because some players don't improve like you did, growth and improvement, which I think should be a model for life, not just football. How did you do that? How did you get your mindset in place to become the player you became?
I'm not gonna lie, it took a lot of resilience and perseverance. Like it was hard.
Yeah.
It was hard, but playing college football is hard. Like, but I think I was a guy, like I kept a lot of things black and white. Like it was either it was either this or that for me. And Martin, Tennessee taught me at an early age that I can just control what I can control. You get what I'm saying? But when my guys left last year, and I knew I was getting an opportunity to really play, like that's all I needed to hear. Like that's all I wanted, and I knew how much it meant way back in January. And the coaching staff had a lot of trust in me and belief in me, even since the spring. Like once they knew I knew it, and a lot of guys trusted me on the field. Yeah, it was all just chemistry from there.
Yeah. I'm gonna say one more thing for you. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Talking about people believing in you, helping you believe in yourself, you do that for others as you get older. Because find somebody to believe in and believe in them, because it matters. You're walking proof.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man.
Who was one of those guys? I know Jalen Sharp and Chris Hunter, Tevin Ship last year, but then you were here with John Ford and with Rob Hicks and that group. Yeah. Who took you really under your wing? Was it really everybody and helping you get better each day?
Yeah, facts. Even from the 21 season, Fufu.
Yeah, Takarius Stevens.
Stevenson's. Him and John, and then John and Rob. Like those guys, I was really those guys' younger brother. You know what I'm saying? Like I was on their hips every time, And even in my season this year, I honestly felt like I got a little bit of game from all those guys, like every last one of them. Fufu, Rob, John, Chris, Jay Sharp, and Ship. Like, every last one of those guys really taught me a lot. And
credit to you for absorbing that information and using it to your abilities.
Because a lot of guys could let it go through one ear and out the other. You didn't. You stuck with it.
Not me. Yeah, I stuck with it. They know. We did everything together, guys. Like for real. Like all the work they put in over the years, I was right on the side of them. The only difference was I just wasn't out there on Saturdays playing those defensive snaps.
Yeah. But I think, and now that you bring up all those names, I'm thinking, you really did resemble a lot of their type of play. You were dropping back in coverage like Chris. You were hitting hard like Jalen, like John, and like Rob. And so, like, all those archetypes of linebackers, you were pretty much like the all-in-one style. You had gotten all these things from everybody, and you brought it to the table in this year. That was great. Going back to high school, you competed in track. What was your events in track?
I used to throw. In track.
Oh, very cool.
I used to race some of my guys though, some of my teammates, but I'm pretty fast. But I was just throwing for the most part. Me and my guy Lucky, we were throwers.
Yeah. Who's the fastest person in the linebacker room?
Oh, me.
Me
for 6 years strong.
Who's the second fastest person?
I'll give it to Ship. Well, Ship was, me and Ship used to go hand in hand, but once my boy was getting a little heavy, I used to get him. When my boy was getting a little heavy, I used to get him. But they know. They know I take a lot of pride in that.
The thing I remember, we always used to kid. We had Tevin on the show one time, but we kidded with Chris Hunter last year. Chris was top 10 in the country in interceptions his last year. And we were kidding him like, man, Jalen had maybe 2 interceptions his whole career. One he returned for a pick 6. Yeah. Tevin had like 5. And then you've got like 20 interceptions in your career. And you returned one for a touchdown. We used to kid with it. But hey, I know that if the ball ever found you, gone.
God.
I think J Mike would have been, because I've heard a lot of people say that J Mike was one of the fastest guys.
Oh yeah, no, we have a lot of fast guys. Like as far as like the whole team, it's a toss up, man. Jamal is really fast. Jamal Mayers is really fast. We got some fast guys. Now we got some guys who can roll.
There's some guys out there that can really spur. I think Dezalen's got speed.
Bryce can roll.
Yeah,
Bryce Bailey can roll.
And they've got some speed on them. So, hey, again, we talked about entering your starting role this year. Hey, what was your decision then? Coach Simpson kind of alluded to it, to stay in Martin and to not transfer and to stick with it and stay here in Martin, Tennessee.
Like I said, me and the linebackers, we did a lot of things together. So I really had no doubt in my mind that I can play here. You get what I'm saying? And I did meet a girl. My girlfriend. My girlfriend's out here, so But like I had no doubt in my mind that I was gonna do big things here.
Yeah. And we'll get into some fun ones now. Who's your funniest teammate that you've ever had?
My funniest teammate that I ever had. I gotta go Dalen Dotson.
Dalen Dotson.
Dotson. Yeah, me and Dot were tight. I gotta go Dalen Dotson.
What's one of your best practice stories? that
best
that is
practice
able to
stories.
be shared on video.
Man, I'm so old. Like, like I've been here in times where when guys would get a little scuffles and stuff like that. We used to have the Skyhawk drill, like where they used to meet on the sky and kind of do like a board drill. We don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
But I was kind of here during that. But like those type of practices were fun back in the day.
Was Skyhawk drill Oklahoma drill?
Nah,
Is that
not really,
what-
like a board drill. You ever seen a board drill?
No.
Where two guys kind of just push each other, but nah, it was very old. We can't really do that drill anymore. Yeah, it's very old.
It can't do that one anymore.
Nah.
So looking on your bio today, you have 7 siblings.
Yeah.
7 siblings. So
Yeah.
with Thanksgiving this week, do you all have a family turkey bowl where you go in the backyard and you're playing?
Nah. My siblings kind of old, so we kind of be a lot scattered doing our own little thing. But nah.
Are you the youngest?
Nah, I'm the middle.
Okay.
Oh,
Middle.
okay.
I have three older brothers.
Uh-huh.
I have 3 younger brothers and a sister.
Okay.
And I have a brother on my father's side. Like we just share a father. But
Yeah.
yeah, I have my mom has 6 boys.
Oh.
6
Oh,
boys
wow.
and 1 girl.
That means
That's-
you're going to have a lot of nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
And lots of cousins. Yeah.
Uncle Shamari can teach him about football.
Yeah.
There you go. You can get them set straight with their football game and things like that. All right, so getting into now Thanksgiving food. This is one of the best, holidays, especially for football.
Yeah, facts.
Thanksgiving football is always one of the best traditions of this holiday. All right, one thing has to stay as Thanksgiving food, and then one thing has to go. So an example for me was like green beans can stay, but cranberry sauce has to go.
Okay.
For you, what's one food that you're like, we've got to keep that, but one where you're like, that we can't have that?
We gotta keep the mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We can let go of like the stuffing and like stuffing.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Shamar,
Yeah, I'm not too big on stuffing.
you don't like the stuffing?
Nah.
Well, now, like dressing? Well,
Yeah,
stuffing-
dressing. Dressing. I don't rock with dressing.
Yeah. Stuffing's kind of gross, too. But so you don't like dressing? Do you like cornbread?
But yeah, I like cornbread.
Okay. It's
I
kind of
like
just
cornbread.
flavored cornbread. But it comes in all different varieties. It's kind of
Yeah.
confusing because you never know what you're going to get.
Nah,
depending,
facts.
on who's Can you cook?
Yeah, I can cook a little bit.
Okay.
Do you cook for Thanksgiving?
Nah, I'm not really that top tier chef, but
You leave that to who's the chef on Thanksgiving?
either my mom or my grandma.
Okay.
Yeah, I can really cook.
What
up.
can they make?
Yeah.
What's their best dish?
I don't know if you guys know, but I have a Jamaican background. My parents are from Jamaica.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
my mom and dad's from Jamaica, so it's kind of be a lot of.
So that's
know,
much more interesting food.
Yeah, like rice and peas and oxtails and stuff.
Have
like
you
that.
had plantains?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
I
I
love
love
plantains.
those.
I love
wow.
plantains.
Yeah, they don't have those around here. No, but every time I go to a Jamaican restaurant, I have plantains.
Do you get them fried? Is the question.
Yeah.
Fried plantains?
Yeah, I have fried.
You've had fried plantains?
Yeah.
Say, hey, fried plantains
good.
and stuff.
They're
Shamari
good.
knows that. Hey.
Yeah.
All right, one last thing for you, Shamari. First of all, thanks for coming on with us.
Appreciate
for UT Martin and all these years that it's meant. What's one thing you're going to take away from your time here at UT Martin? You've won all these championships, been a part of this team, had a great season this year.
Yeah.
What are going to be some things that Coach Simpson and the staff and your fellow teammates that you take with you throughout the rest of your life?
Man, I've been here so long and I learned so many things, but like Martin, Tennessee taught me to control what I can control. Like that has to be the motto. Like control what you can control. If you can't control it, there's nothing you can really do about it. Just continue to move forward. But I'll say control what you can control.
Yeah.
There you go.
If
Well,
you live your life like you've
Hey.
lived your football career at UTM, and that's growth and improvement,
I
you're going to
appreciate
be
you.
you're going to be amazing.
Yeah,
I
you're
appreciate
gonna-
you,
you're
man.
gonna be
Man,
just
this
fine.
taught me a lot of life skills, man. I can't
Yeah.
wait to see what's next for me.
No
yeah,
doubt.
go out and as you share it, you're gonna. Martin Made is gonna touch everywhere that you go. But Shamari, thanks so much for joining us. Thanks for choosing UT Martin,
Appreciate
and thanks
you,
for
boss,
letting
man.
us be able to cover your career and everything like that.
Thank
Appreciate
you, man. It was a pleasure. It was
Yeah.
a pleasure.
We'll go ahead and take a break. Keep it right here, Skyhawk Sports Talk.
If I quit this season, I still be the greatest.
Skyhawk Sports Talk podcast is brought to you by Weekly Ford Nissan.
And welcome back here to Skyhawk Sports Talk. Davis Gregory with Chris Brinkley. Now joining us from the women's basketball team, student athlete Brittani Wells, her first year in Martin, Tennessee, and she joins us. Transfer from Three Rivers College, went to Arlington High School and from Lakeland, Tennessee. Brittany, thanks so much for joining us.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and getting off to this start here in this season, you all have first of all, covered a lot of miles, especially on this last trip, going out west to UTEP and then New Mexico State as well. That was a long trip for you all.
It was It's very long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting into, I guess, really the start of your career, Arlington High School.
Mm-hmm.
What was the mascot at your high school?
Well, Arlington. We was the Arlington Lady Tigers.
The
So,
Lady
yeah.
Tigers.
Yes.
Okay. If you could change that to whatever you wanted, what would you change it to?
I don't know.
Lady Tigers was just perfect.
Lady Tigers was good. Like, I feel like it fit us. You know, we was feisty.
Okay.
All that stuff.
So it fit the team
Yeah,
name.
it fit the team. I
Yeah.
can't think of nothing.
Yeah, in West Tennessee, I mean, I feel like not just in this area, but throughout this whole West Tennessee area, high school girls basketball is very, very competitive. What was your experience like growing up and playing in Arlington and around that Memphis area?
Definitely. So I played. Me and my coach was very, very close. So like, and she was like a mentor to me, like a second mom to me. So just playing, like under her, I was very comfortable. She instilled like a lot of confidence in me. It was just having that chemistry with my coach. It made basketball like so easy. I learned so much from her, and like she's coaching at a college right now. Like she recruited me or whatever, but of course, like this was a better choice for me. But like just playing in Memphis, like making it to state twice, and then seeing the competition when we got to like Murfreesboro and had to play like Bradley Central and all like those teams like that. Just showed me like, you know, it's a whole different level. But
But Memphis is basketball.
Yeah,
I mean, Memphis
is.
is really a tradition of basketball. It goes back so far back.
Yes, like it's a lot of good teams.
Did you ever go to any Grizzlies games?
Yeah, I go sometimes. Yeah, not often though, but I catch a couple.
Who were some of your favorite players growing up?
I'm a LeBron fan.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
All
a
right.
LeBron fan. Yeah, me and my sister. My dad not so much. Me and my sister LeBron fans for sure.
He's amazing what he's still doing.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's still playing right now. What? Okay, now what would you say? Because I think I know Chris's answer already, but we're gonna let you have the platform right now,
Okay.
Brittany.
Okay.
LeBron James, why is he the greatest player of all time? Do you think he's the greatest player of all time?
Yes.
Okay, why?
She did not hesitate.
Just the things from his rookie career, the things like if you go watch his tape, it was like insane the things he's doing, and he's still doing it. He's still dominating, and he's been doing it for like what? This like the 24th year, like
It's like 40 years or something like that.
Yes, he's 40 years old, and like just I watched his documentary and just seeing it because I wasn't born yet when he started playing, and it's just insane. Like he's just a GOAT. Like that's what it is. He's the GOAT.
There you go. Brittany has rested her case on the GOAT debate.
I was going to kind of argue with you, but I don't know if I can.
No.
If I did, I would just say MJ was pretty good. But actually, Michael Jordan had good teammates all the time.
Yeah, okay.
LeBron was on some bad teams, but they were still good
Yes,
because of LeBron.
Because he's insane.
When did you start watching him? Was it Miami or was it at the
Miami,
end?
yeah.
Okay, so it was starting to be the Miami career.
Yeah.
Did you follow him everywhere? Miami
To
and then
Cleveland,
Cleveland
yeah.
and then to Los
Like,
Angeles.
yeah.
What's your favorite LeBron, I guess, era? Miami, the Cleveland second part. Cleveland the second part.
because like those the finals against the
Against
the Warriors.
because
oh
I
my
didn't like Steph Curry. I was
gosh.
so happy whenever LeBron beat Steph.
Me too. I was gonna, of course I'm a Cavaliers, but like they gave us like so many good finals. I don't know. I love like the 2016 one. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was your all-time series. All-time.
Yes.
Did you like Kyrie?
I like yes. I'm a Kyrie fan.
Do you
too.
still? Are you still okay? So that's
Yeah.
that's the thing. I feel like LeBron fans,
Mhm.
whenever they followed him to Cleveland, they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh wait, Kyrie's really good
Kyrie
too."
was mind-blowing too. Yeah.
Yeah. What's a player that you feel like you've taken a lot from their game and adapted it to your game as well?
So I watch a lot of film on Kyrie, but like with like my speed and quickness, like John Morant, I try to like copy some of his moves, but I don't know. But I like John Morant. Like I try to just use my speed like to my advantage, and you know, his passing and stuff like that. And yeah, that's it.
Well, I've been impressed. I mean, I think in a Coach McMillan-led offense, point guard is probably the most important
Yeah,
position.
he's on his point guard.
I mean, you're early in your career, and I think you're figuring it out. I've been impressed with what you've been able to do.
Yes, but I'm not playing to my potential how I know how to play.
Yeah.
So when I figure it out and get it all worked out because I'm not where I want to be.
Yeah,
Not yet.
yeah,
Not yet.
yeah.
Like these last.
That excites me
yeah,
that you want
that's
to
what I'm
be
saying.
even
I
better,
wanna
and
be
you know
even
you
better.
can
and
be
I know,
better.
Yeah, I know I can be.
Yeah, one thing, going off what Chris has been saying, your court vision. I mean, there were some passes. We're watching the UTEP game come back from the football game on Saturday. There was one pass, you wrapped it around somebody and passed down low. I mean, there have been so many passes, no look.
Yeah.
Talk to us about your court vision and being able to know where your teammates are at all times.
Well, I always just been like a pass first point guard. And my older sister, Destiny, she plays but she haven't got clear yet. But just watching her, like, if you look up some of her highlights, like her passing, like just watching her grow up, I kind of just picked up on it. Honestly, it's something that you gotta like react to. It's not something like you can really practice. Because you just got it's like a reaction thing. Like if I got the ball and I see my man cutting, I can but like I really don't know. It's just like nature. Like nature.
It's just a skill.
Yeah,
it's just a skill that you've got. It's a knee-jerk reaction.
I try to hit my over teammates like all I can. Coach McMillan has been like that bounce pass you probably talking about.
Yeah.
He's been like drilling me on bounce passing because sometimes I'll get in and like throw a bullet. Like they'll be open, like their man will commit and I'll throw a bullet, but it'd be too hard. So he just been on me about bounce passing, and when I finally did it, I think that one play you talk about when I came out the screen, like I heard all my teammates on the bench, like I see that bounce pass, and so,
Yeah, Coach was right. And there it is.
Yes,
and
like,
there it is.
when I do throw a bounce pass, it is successful.
Yeah. When you you transfer from Three Rivers College. Where's Three Rivers College?
It's in Poplar Bluff, Missouri.
Okay.
Like 2 hours from St. Louis, near Sykeston, like an hour from Sykeston, Lambert. Yeah. So, yeah.
Great basketball tradition there.
Yes,
also.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Gene Best, all of them. Yeah.
Going to go back there. We're against SEMO later on in the year.
Yep.
Against them, a really good program. Your sister Destiny on the roster. Talk about the decision for both of you to come to UT Martin here for this year.
Well, so like they recruited her very hard out of high school. She came on a visit, and it was her top two, Belmont and UT Martin. But she picked Belmont. They were recruiting her like harder, so she felt like Belmont wanted her more. But when we came here, we found out like that wasn't like they wouldn't allow UT Martin like couldn't call her as much. So, they started recruiting me, and it's close to home. Like I know Jazz and Coach McMillan. He told me like on the phone, he was like, I'm gonna coach you hard, but I'm gonna love you and da da da. And like that's just something that I want because that's gonna help me reach my potential.
Yeah.
And so he asked me he's like, do you want to play with your sister? And my sister, she's very big on family, and like this is like going to be her last year, so she just decided to just like come to UT Martin with me and play her last year. And yeah, that's just pretty much how it was.
Yeah,
she did it.
There have been a couple sister duos that we've had over the last
lots.
couple years.
Yeah.
Kinley's sister was on the team last year, and then there was the Rubles were on the team a couple years ago
And
as
way
well.
back, the Reedy sisters, I think Coach McMillan coached 4 of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah. Wow.
Golly. Chris has been with Coach McMillan
Forever.
for a long
Back
time.
to his high school days.
Really?
Yeah. Because he coached in Millington years ago.
Really?
Yeah, he was the head coach at Millington.
No, I didn't know that. I knew Jazz went to Millington in high school, but I didn't know Coach McMillan coached.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Long time ago.
You go tell him that. Who told you that? You'll surprise him with that. He'll be very impressed. All right, so playing basketball with your sister, how was that growing up and playing with her and having her as your teammate? No doubt there were a lot of one-on-ones and a lot of competitive games between you two.
Yeah.
But how was it being teammates?
So we played at Houston. I was a freshman and she was a senior, and it was very fun on the court because like we just had chemistry. we'll play 2-on-2 with my dad and my brother, and then it'd be us two. So we just like knew, we just had that chemistry, and she instilled a lot of confidence in me because she, of course, was like, she had already been there for years, and I was just a freshman coming in, and I was nervous, and she was there for me, and she would take over or whatever. She was the point guard, or sometimes I'll be the point guard. She'd go to the shooting guard, so it just made like it easy. I'm like, yeah.
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 All right, game time now. We always like to have a fun segment with whenever our guests come on.
Okay.
So this is going to be, tell me, is this you or Destiny, depending on the topic, on who this best
Are we going to have
answers
her on someday?
I think we probably will. I think we have to.
We have to give her a chance.
She has to
Yeah.
retaliate.
So
Okay.
that means you can
Alright.
say whatever you want to.
Yes.
Okay.
So are you ready, Brittany?
I'm
Here we
ready.
go.
I'm ready.
All right. First question: who got in trouble the most as a kid?
Me.
There was no thought to
No
that. It was just-
hesitation.
It was you. Okay. Who was the favorite growing up?
Me.
Okay.
Who's won more one-on-ones?
Me.
Who's the better driver?
Me.
Who's the most competitive?
Me.
Wow. Yeah.
Who has the worst taste in music?
Destiny.
What does she listen to?
She listens to. She like old R&B and stuff.
Yeah,
like
that's
that
the good
slow
stuff. Yeah.
Okay, it is good. It's good. It's good. But I just got the better taste.
You have
Okay.
better taste. What do you listen to?
Not old R&B slow stuff.
No, R&B, so everything
Yeah.
that's good.
Okay. Just anything. Anything at all.
Anything.
It's on the
Yup.
playlist. Okay.
Oh.
All right. Who would be a future coach? Who could be a future coach?
Destiny.
Would you ever entertain coaching?
Probably assistant head coach. That's too much.
There's a lot going
It's a
on
lot.
to be a head coach.
Yeah, it's a lot.
There is. Chris, do you have any?
No, I think those are all great.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I wish there were more. Now, goodness, I don't know.
When you get her on her, you gotta ask. Yeah.
Should I ask her the same
ask-
ones?
Yeah. Ask her the same.
We should ask her the same ones and see
Okay.
what she says.
All right. That's
Well,
fine.
Brittany, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having
This
me.
is a great
Appreciate it.
time for
Thank
having
you.
you, and we'll see you here throughout the season.
Okay.
All right, we'll go ahead and take a break. Keep it right here, Skyhawk Sports Talk.
If I quit this season, I still be the greatest.
Skyhawk Sports Talk podcast is brought to you by Weekly Ford Nissan.
And welcome back here to Skyhawk Sports Talk at the Level Up Arcade Bar. Davis Gregory with Chris Brinkley. Now joining us from the UT Martin men's basketball team is Andrija Bukumirović Jr. on the UT Martin men's basketball team from, I practiced this today, from Serbia, but your town, is it Sienica?
Sienica.
Sienica.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's-
See. Okay.
that's good. That's
we're
good.
we're gonna
That's really
we're gonna try to learn some Serbian on this
Perfect. That
on
was
this
amazing.
segment. Andrea, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
What time did you all get in last night? I know it's been a long road
What
trip
time
for
did
you.
they get in this morning?
Yes, this morning.
Like 5 in the morning. It was like an 8-hour trip.
So you saw the sun rise.
yeah.
You saw it. You saw it rise, and you saw it come up again.
I'm telling you, it was not the best.
those aren't really fun trips
Nah,
sometimes.
I
Well,
mean-
especially when you're tall, the bus is kind of.
Listen, we was talking whole night, like 8 hours. We was like all together in the back of the bus, like just cracking jokes. So the time just went like this.
Nobody slept.
I mean, maybe for 1 hour, but like we was just joking, talking to each other. It's like when you have those kind of teammates that are like family, bro.
Oh.
I'm telling you,
It just passes
it's
just
felt
like
like
that.
this.
Easy. So I did hear you all went to Buc-ee's, the gas
Yeah,
station.
yeah.
Was this your first time at a Buc-ee's?
If you didn't now tell Bucky's name, I would not even know.
Well, Bucky, it's this huge gas station
Yes,
with all
yes,
the stuff
yes.
you can probably get married in Bucky's. They probably have a pastor in the back that could work something out.
It's
But no,
big.
what did you think of Bucky's?
It's I didn't even know it's a gas station. I thought we went to Walmart. I was like, damn. where we
great.
going?
No, yeah.
I didn't even what. I was like so tired. Just walked in. I was like, oh, this is so big.
You
Like,
can get ices, you can get
yeah,
gummy
yeah,
bears, you can
everything.
get I mean, there's everything.
It was. I mean, every trip there's something new. I learn about USA and America.
Yeah, there's something to learn every single time.
It is.
So your second year here at UT Martin, you transferred from Eastern Florida State College, played for Coach Schulman there. Talk about your decision to follow him here to UT Martin. What played into that?
I mean, me coming to Eastern Florida first time in USA, I trust Coach Schulman, come with him to teach from him, to learn new things, and my first experience in USA. So when I I mean, he told us that he got a new job at the D1 UT Martin. I don't even know where it was Martin. I just heard, okay, I'm coming with you, coach. It's okay. I trust you. I believe you. And of course, my teammates, Matija Žužić last year and Afan, like my homies.
Yeah.
They went also. I was not even thinking, should I tell? Like, I was like, yeah, coach. I mean,
No matter where it is.
Yeah, no matter. I mean.
So you went from Florida to then Martin, Tennessee, where it could be 32 degrees one day and then it could be 85 another day. How did you adjust to
That's
that?
not even, bro. I'm from a really, really, really cold city back home.
Yeah,
so
that's
the
true.
time is not a problem. You just like, you don't know to appreciate some things until you lose them, you know? Like, first time in USA and I was in Florida and I was like, oh, this is USA. You know, like, this is the whole America.
Yeah.
And then I went to Martin, I was like, oh, damn.
This is
Big
completely
difference.
different.
But I really like I'm from a countryside back home, so like this is nothing like really that I'm not familiar with. So small city, I'm from a small town also, so I really going here like this.
Looked up your hometown today. It's beautiful. It's amazing. But no, I see what you're talking about. It looks like it's like a small town in the mountains. It is really, it's amazing.
How big? How many people are in your
like
town?
14,000 right now, but
Okay.
I am really sure maybe there's less also now.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful. I'm telling you, like when I finish my career and everything, I'm going back to hometown in Sjenica to live for sure with my wife. Kids can decide what they want to do, but I'm going on a countryside, building myself a house, you know, and living there.
And that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
You've already got your mind made
Well,
up.
of
You
course,
know what you're
I'm
doing.
telling you, when you want something in life, when you just strive to get it, the dreams come true, you know.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. It's about visualizing.
I think that's one of the things that makes this team so special is that you have everybody has a different background, and it was not easy to get to Martin, Tennessee to play basketball. So everybody had to have a vision and work very hard to get here. What's that like?
I mean, I'm telling you, like, we are motivated before every game because we are a lot of us going through the same things. Like, some of us didn't saw our family, like me personally, in the last 3 years, I saw my mom and dad for like 4 months, you know, and like, I'm not the only one that living that same life. So like that keep motivating us and making us to like want this even more. Like we want to win. Like we live for this. So and we gotta be like family because we are all together.
Your team is your family.
Yeah, of course.
That's your group. I mean, of course, you know, FaceTime is only, you know, just a click away, but still, this is your family, and I feel that every single time you all win a game, and every single time you're together, it truly is. It's just like a family. Well, Andrija, you've grown a lot here, just starting out in this year. I mean, looking back at last year, I mean, even in just a few games, you've improved so much from the year before, where you were hurt to start the season, and then now leading scorer and shooting 65% from the field. I mean, talk about your growth in the offseason. What did you do to improve on your game, and how did Coach Schulman and the coaching staff help in that?
So I think I just stay consistent. I just trust the process, and I'm like doing what I did every single day. Last year was just like that injury that stopped me. Even when I came back from injury, I was not the same. It's a foot, you know. I'm kind of athletic player, so I really live off those offensive rebounds, like of playing fast. So the last 5 games of last season was like when I came back to me. So after that, the whole summer I was just like practicing, doing what I usually do. Just like, I didn't get too much in my head. I was like, yeah, my time is coming. Everything's going to be fine. And like, I didn't stress about it, you know. I didn't force anything. I was like, when the game starts, I'm going to be calm. I'm going to trust my teammates. They're going to pass me the ball. I'm going to pass them back the ball. The ball will just, you know, reverse from one to other hand. And like, I'm going to get open shots. I'm going to make them. I trust myself. I trust my teammates. So it's just something you work on every day. And I expected this stuff.
Yeah, you were ready for it.
I was ready for
you were
it.
confident in it, and that's such a key thing too, is having a confidence of, okay, I know I can do this. I'm not going to let any negativity enter the mind. That's great. When did you start playing basketball?
I started playing like 14, 15 years old, but it was like no practice. I didn't practice basketball. Just like I would go with my friends after school, and we would just play one-on-one, and we was dribbling ball like this, you know, with 2 hands.
So no one knew how to play?
Nobody knows, no rules, no anything, because I've been playing soccer for 7 years, 8 years. We was all soccer kids.
Yeah.
But then
that's why your footwork is so good in basketball, because
there's
of your
also
soccer.
have to do a lot with Jeremy Schulman. He really fixed my footwork since I came here.
Well, when did you develop your shot? Your shot is beautiful. When did you learn how to shoot?
So I started playing organized basketball when I was 16 years old, and there was a coach back so I live in a city who don't have like professional team, but so I transferred from there to other school in a high school. So last 2 years of my high school I spent in a city who was like 1 hour and away, and I was playing there. I lived my life there too. Last year it was like a hard change of life for me, but I went for basketball. So there was a coach who was he was coaching a lot, Momir Ratković. He was like coaching a lot of good teams in Spain. He's now in Taiwan. He's a really good individual coach. Now he's a head coach at Taiwan, but he was working with a lot of European prospects. And when I came to Novi Pazar, that's the name of the city, he was like, kid, listen, you have talent. I can see like that's why we take you and everything, but now you're a wood. Like you move like a wood. You have like zero feeling for some things, like, and you're like just like a paper, you know. And we just gotta write things on it, and like you're a fast learner. You will pick up with things. So I started working with him on my shot and everything. That's how it started.
So your form is
he made my form. Like my form is all him. And then he went to the other school or other coaching staff. So after that, 1 year before I came to USA, I kind of lost it. You know, my form was beautiful, but my shot was not there. And then I came to Eastern Florida, where also Coach Schulman with the coaching staff in Eastern Florida kind of helped me a little bit with that. And I just like started working on it.
Yeah.
I'm making shots now.
There you go. It's starting to fall.
Yeah.
So Serbia's started to really put together, I mean, some really good basketball players. I mean, they always have. Who's your favorite? You know, Nikola Jokic, Peja Stojakovic, Vlade Divac, Bogdan Bogdanovic.
Listen,
who's your favorite?
Mine is Nikola Jokic, and it's like not even like I watch every like Afan, you know Afan, like he's always my room, and after every game I come up to him in a room and like, bro, you gotta see what Jokic does. He's like, bro, leave me alone, leave me alone. And every game I follow, I see like what the records you're gonna break. Like it just like he shows me that basketball is all mental and how.
Yeah, what makes him a great player, and what about his game do you want to absorb?
He just showed that like he can put everybody else in his tempo and his style of play. He's not rushing anything. He's playing with mind, more with the body. Also, he's 7 foot, 250 pounds, 80 pounds, how much? So it's kind of, but he just, and I really.
But I don't think he has a weakness, other than
defensively.
I mean, he's not real fast, but it doesn't. But he figures it out.
Yeah. Just like all mine, and like I'm dreaming to maybe play with him someday, and because I think my style of play would really be good with him, because I'm such a good cutter, I'm good at stretching the floor, and I hope you don't retire. So you just don't be like, oh, basketball, leave me alone, I don't want to play this anymore.
He wants to go to the horse to be with his horses.
It's my dream really to play with player like that, and I learned from him a lot in the basketball world. And also there is a player Dejan Bodiroga. I don't know if you ever heard from him. Do you know about like Shamgad?
Yes.
That's actually his move, and then Shamgad, he stole that from him. He was the first one who invented that move, bro. And he's a Yugoslavian player. Even when it was Yugoslavia back home, I wore number 4 because I like number 4. It's my liking number in some things, but he was also not wearing number 4, and I really like. But he's a point guard. I'm not really his style of play, so I was kind of. But he was also one of the players I liked from back home.
Okay.
Very much.
That's awesome. So number 0. Why'd you choose number 0?
I was so thinking, what number should I take? And at one point I was like, 0 look cool, and I don't care about numbers anymore. Let me just be unique. There is no player in Serbia that was wearing number 0 and it was like made a history. So I was like, maybe I'll become number 0 of Serbia, Agent 0. I don't know. But it's just like, it looks nice. That's all because I took it. But I might, if I start playing basketball on a professional level back home, I might take 4 back because I really like number 4. But also 0 is more like, I was like, let me be in college career, let me be number 0. Let me be unique for that. Because in Serbia, nobody wear number 0.
Growing up in Serbia, how much are you paying attention to American basketball, college and the NBA?
College, not that much. But NBA, like, of course, Allen Iverson, all those players who made a big thing. Basketball is, we in Serbia, we are a small country and we are great at basketball, but America is where all it started. Like, all biggest players are from America, and so we always watch them. Like, one of my players, I was like watching every day, and I was like, I made James Harden
Yes.
when I started when I was 15.
So
16.
are you
That's
watching games or watching just highlights?
highlights? We cannot. Well, it's really rare we would watch games because it's like 3 a.m., 4
Yeah.
a.m. I was a kid. I gotta go sleep, go to school. You
Yeah.
know? But older people who watch, like my dad, is staying awake every night watching Denver Nuggets because he's also a fan of Jokic, and watching my games also because it's in like always in 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
But yeah, we love American basketball. Now we was like we expected to win this game when it was Serbia against USA.
Yeah.
There was we had to prove something that we also when you're coming from a small place you can even compete with the biggest of names.
Yeah.
But
Well, you did that with UTM at UNLV.
Yes.
Yeah, and Bradley and all of those teams. Yes.
We did, but yeah, we love American basketball, and that's where it all started at some point, you know.
Out of all the great Serbian basketball players, I feel like you're just gonna say what you just said, but who would you want on the team at UT Martin? Jokic.
Yeah, I think
We would
Jokic
go
be perfect.
undefeated.
We would be perfect for this season for Coach Schumann. Like a monster, because we have monster position with Matas and all the big guys in that Schumann was. He will be perfect. He will not lose one game.
What do you think about? I always laugh whenever people post they'll post the meme on social media about your favorite team. The game clock's down to 0.2 seconds. They get it into Jokic, and it's just he catapults it into the rim with his jump shot. His jump shot. There was one game I watched him play, and I watched the full game, and I'm sitting there and like he's getting buckets, but I'm watching him like it's just. When you watch, it's so simple.
Yeah.
He makes the game look so simple. And at the end of the game, he had like 58 points, 20 rebounds, 13 assists. How does he do? He's so good.
And listen, you know what's the most important thing I learned from him? He is not trying to prove himself to nobody.
Yeah.
He
Right,
finishes
yes.
the game, he take his clothes on, and he is like,
Yeah.
great job, good game. He's always a good sportsmanship-like player. He always say good game to the whole coaching staff and everything. And every time he scores, really rarely he's making some faces. He's trying to flex and stuff. No, he is like a
That's
humble.
right.
And that's why I always struggle with as a kid because it's like in this kind of age, you want to make a basket and you're like, oh my God, I'm so nice. Look at me, I hit the 3-point.
Yeah, right.
Watching him, you learn how to stay humble. And
I agree.
I'm the best in the world, and I'm still the most humble. in the
I
world.
don't like players who over celebrate, and my philosophy is look like you've done it before, like look like you belong.
Yeah.
And he just looks like
He
it's
does.
so
Just another day of the job.
It's another day. Like he won the NBA championship as. Huh? Well, there you go.
That's
another
what I
day.
was supposed to do.
Hey, well, I am just happy for the team, and give me my trophy, and we will go on.
See you next year.
Yeah, we'll see you next year.
We'll do it again.
Yeah, we'll
How
run it
far
back.
away was his hometown from yours?
Oh, I think it's I never been to Sombor, but it's far away. It's like at least 6 hours.
Oh,
something.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
5-6 hours for sure.
So, okay, last one for you, Andrija. Maybe your favorite Serbian phrase that you could teach us.
That's
That-
clean.
That's clean. That's clean.
No, I don't. I try to not cuss.
Okay.
We
but,
wouldn't know.
The one maybe I heard is brate. It's
Brate?
like brother. Like
Okay.
brate moj. Like my brother. You're like that's when you want. It's like a bro. Like bro, or you can say brate. That's one of the most. I use brate every time. Every time in every sentence. It's like a catchphrase. It's for everything. When you want to say something, brate, I did this today, and that's how I use it. But today is really popular that if there was an assistant coach at the Golden State Warriors who died recently.
Yes, yeah.
And they have the shirts with brate.
Yeah.
That was his also catchphrase.
Oh.
So brate is like, it means brother
Yeah.
in a translation, but yeah.
Okay. That's what we'll call each other.
Brate. Brate. There we go. All right. See, we told everyone we're going to learn Serbian
That's
here in
right.
this episode. Andrija, thanks so much for joining us here.
Okay.
Having a great season so far. We're looking forward to the rest of it. Thanks so much for joining
Of
us,
course.
man.
Thank you for
Appreciate
having
it.
me. Thank
We'll
you
go
for
ahead and take a
having
break. Keep it right here, Skyhawk Sports Talk.
If I quit this season, I still be the greatest.
Skyhawk Sports Talk podcast is brought to you by Weekly Ford Nissan.
That'll do it for yet another episode of Skyhawk Sports Talk. Chris,
Yeah.
what a way to go into Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I mean
Yes.
the best part about UT Martin athletics is the student athletes.
Yeah, I mean, Andre and Brittany doing a great job. Coach Simpson and then Shamari as well,
Yeah.
being on with us as student athlete. And it's so great. I mean, you got to hear from all different perspectives, from Andrea being a second-year player here, at Brittany, her first year. Shamari, who's been here 6 years. I mean, you
That's
got to
right.
hear from her. And Coach Simpson's been here for 150 50s.
Yeah,
you know?
and I've been here for 175. So.
Fun episode. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone, to all of our Skyhawk family out there and everyone tuning in. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope it's a blessed time and hope you get all the Thanksgiving food that you can eat for your heart's desire.
Yep.
And we're going to make it a great week, Chris.
Yes,
How about
we
that?
are. Yeah, and we'll be back a week from today.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
1st of December.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
How are we there?
It's crazy.
Crazy.
I don't know.
Any final thoughts, Chris?
No, UTMsports.com. Follow our student athletes. Support our student athletes. They're fantastic.
And for all of our great student athletes that were on with us here in this episode, for Coach Simpson, for Chris Brinkley, for Matt Doran, all the great people in sports information, all the great people here at Woodfire Pizza Kitchen at the Level Up Arcade Bar, all of them doing an elite job up here. Make sure to come out and see us here at the Level Up Arcade Bar. A couple more episodes before we take our Christmas break, so make sure to come see us all. For myself, Davis Gregory, we say God bless from the Level Up Arcade Bar at Woodfire Pizza Kitchen.
If I quit this season, I still be the greatest.
Skyhawk Sports Talk Podcast is brought to you by Weekly Ford Nissan.